Amanda's headquarters are in the heart of the capital city, Lilongwe. The animal care team are experts at rehabilitating baboons and getting them ready for a life back in the wild. This year, they've taken in a record number. Head of Animal Care, Torie Curr Smith, is trying to make room for them all.
So let's have a quick chat about the plans for this morning. So we're going to let Pretzel, Ivy and Gus outside into their new enclosure. Pretzel and Gus, as we know, they've never been in an electrified enclosure before. This is all brand new to them. So what we'll do now is spread out along the fence, and then, yeah, once everyone's in place, we'll let them go. Cool.
Sounds good.
Exciting.
Pretzel and Gus both arrived as baby orphans and so far have only lived inside. But Torie wants them to live more like wild baboons in a troop. She's paired them with Ivy, a surrogate big sister. Now they need to get outside.
Since their arrival, Pretzel and Gus have been getting to know each other and just making that bond. Ivy joined them just recently, and she's also now a really good part of their little family unit. They've watched us for the last few weeks do final repairs on the enclosure, so now it's time for the three of them to go outside for the very first time. All right, fence is on.
The enclosure has an electric fence to deter the animals from escaping. They're not ready to look after themselves in the wild.
Okay, Ella.
But there's plenty of room to explore.
So this is Ivy. Ivy knows about fences. She's gonna go off and do her thing. And then Pretzel and Gus are a little bit more concerned. They've never had this as an option before, that an external slider's opened. So I think we've confused them a little bit. But here comes Pretzel.
This is a big step for Pretzel. She's an ex-pet and has deformed arms and legs caused by malnutrition. Torie has spent months preparing her for this moment.
In those early days, she really needed someone to help her and reassure her that everything was okay. Obviously, she is a baboon, and I want her to be friends with other baboons. But through that, we definitely developed quite a strong bond, the two of us.
The fence will give Pretzel a shock if she touches it.
She's so close. Why aren't you zapping yourself, hey?
Well, it's meant to.
It's not working.
Pretzel and Gus's outside adventure is going to have to wait.
Ella, do you want to drop that slide and keep Gus in? Thank you.
You just want to come and have hugs with Mum. We tested the fence this morning with the electricians. Sometimes the problem with living in Malawi is that we do have power cuts, so we'll find out what's going on, and then we'll go again.
At Lilongwe Wildlife Centre, the maintenance team are making final checks to the electric fence around Pretzel and Gus's new enclosure.
Pretzel's like, I want to go back out. She's just here at the slide.
She's like, I liked Adventure Game Time.
This time, the fence is definitely on.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Griffin.
Thanks, Griffin.
Torie's hoping Ivy will teach the youngsters to stay away from it.
All right, Ella, we're going again.
But Ivy's not waiting for them. Pretzel makes her move.
Here she comes.
But with no guidance from Ivy, she thinks she can just climb the fence again.
Pretzel, can you turn the fence off, Charlotte?
The shock's not powerful.
You're okay, Bubs.
But it's enough to stop Pretzel.
I hate watching it, but that's what we need to see.
That's what we needed.
Yep.
Now Gus has spotted something outside the enclosure.
Oh. Vents off.
Yep. Gus, Gus, Gus. Gus, Gus.
It's a guava tree.
Gus, Gus. Come on, buddy. If you come inside, I'll give you guavas inside. Inside guavas are fun. You look so pretty in that tree. Do you know where you'd look even prettier? Those trees. You're making the most pathetic little baby noises.
Torie needs another plan to get Pretzel and Gus to play safely in their outdoor enclosure.
Our group was a little bit too small, I think was the problem. We just had the three of them, Ivy, Pretzel, and Gus. Good boy. So what we have to do now, we do have two baboons, Lock and Bones. So what we're going to try and do is bring those two down and get them in with this little gang and hope that they will help teach our gang about fences. But these guys are just babies. They got a lot of learning to do.
At Pretzel and Gus's new enclosure, Torie is hoping it's going to be third time lucky.
We're going to try and let Pretzel and her little gang back out into the enclosure today. So what we've done now is increase their group size, so we've added Lock and Bones. Lock and Bones have both lived in electrified fences before, and hopefully Pretzel and Gus will follow them. Right, you good out there, Curr?
Yeah.
Bones, a young female, and Lock, a young male, lead the way. Pretzel is intrigued.
You can see that she's very nervous, she's just looking around. Well, the good thing is that Log and Bones are hanging around. If they hang around here, it will be better for these guys. Once they get confidence, they might go outside.
Pretzel is going with the plan.
She's following Log and Bones, which is very good.
But Gus's experience with the electric fence seems to have put him off the idea altogether.
The fact that Gus is still inside is a little bit of a worry. We need him to stay with his family. Troops are everything for monkeys. You need your troop for support, you need your troop for security. So we really need them to come back and pick him up.
Pretzel has noticed her playmate hasn't come out. So has Bones.
Bones and Pretzel have just come back, so hopefully he will head out with them this time.
Gus is tempted. Finally, he goes for it.
You can see everyone is excited, just running around. This is where they're meant to be.
With new friends, lots of trees and more than an acre to explore, the team are hoping Pretzel and Gus will soon be settled into their new home.
For me, days like today are kind of the reason I get up in the morning. The pure joy at getting to see someone like Pretzel, live her best life and have access to trees and sunlight and grass and all sorts of things that a baboon should have. This is what we're here for, is exactly this.
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.